gonna keep ducking till we finally shine. Indeed, I keep them ducking, baby, time after time. I said it's getting hotter. Out that flame I came, they try to stop me, straight up block me through that pain. I've gained a newer way, pursue my race. Look, I don't cry no more. I just load up my mind and let my grind go show. Cause I'm locked in every single day. I be locked in, focused all the way, man. I'm locked in from the time I wake. I be locked in. I don't need no break. Okay. Let's play. Okay. Let's play. Sorry, things don't come in. They don't know when I come for them. They don't know what I'm for. They can't get while I'm so.
Hola. You locked in the chat. Okay. What up? What's good? Welcome back. Let me get this score off the top of my head because I forgot to take it down. Get this off the top of my head. Is this it? Yep, that's it. What's good, people? What's good? Victory Monday. We're going to do a little recap of all things Baltimore Ravens from the game yesterday where we beat the Cleveland Browns 23-16. Hey, what's good? I appreciate you guys for coming through. Let's before we even get started and get into it, because I'm gonna be bouncing around with different numbers and whatnot, throwing different stats out there and then checking the chat as well. Let me say what's up to everybody. And I came a little early today. Had to move a few things around and whatnot, but I came a little early today. And just so you know, Nitro was not lying. Or not putting out false information. We will be streaming together on my second channel at 7 o'clock. And we'll be recapping week 11 of the NFL. Like the whole week 11. Not just the Ravens game, but everything that encompasses week 11. And I got a certain amount of time in my head that we're going to get to it by. And we hit that time, we'll be out of there. But that's what's going on. That'll be at 7 EST. That'll be at 7 EST. But for now, let's send these shots out because I didn't have it on at the beginning, so I got to do it from a different screen. The real killer was in here first. He says, dirty, nasty game, but a dub is a dub. I appreciate it. Donovan Carter, Art and Design, said diabolical O-line play. C. Iron is here, says, yo, Noti game. We got to bring the Noti game back. But that's what the lock in the key for. That's kind of like the Noti gang as well. Melanated one, Trav, JB's in here, Ashley, Rave Kingdom, Troy, 86 Ghost, Darlene, Jean says, hey, coach, what's good? Who else we got? I be saying, Ravenville, Chris. Hey, when you get home, let me know, Chris. See if the eagle is landed when you get home. Point, appreciate you. Ashley, Cam. Let's see where we at. Hard press. Hey, Jeff finally asked him a hard question, and he did the matrix around that joint. Then he got a little pissy when Jeff asked him. Cool. What up, Binge brother? Not driving today. Good. And what up, Jeff? So let's dive into the different things that I got for us today. Let me see if this works. It's gonna work today. Yes. All right. Switching our screen to this. This picture right here. What up, Mike? Was Very iconic. This is a awesome picture. Whoever, I don't know if Sean Herbert took it or whoever took it. This was an awesome, awesome picture right here. Mark, scoring a touchdown, obviously. Kolar and Ricard, who were the key blocks on the play, behind them with their arms up. But this part right here is so funny to me. That is so funny to me. And I remember somebody posted this last night, and they posted the original picture, life size, and you really don't even pay attention to Swessinger on the ground. And then somebody zoomed in a little further, and then somebody zoomed all the way in. But I will say this. For Carson. And that's Carson is the guy, the Browns player that's basically on his head. That son gonna play his butt off yesterday. I will say that for him. He played his butt off yesterday. But wasn't enough. This play by Todd. Hey, the way the Browns had two guys on the right side that stayed home to defend Lamar and Derrick. Then they had whoever was in the middle, I think Ryan Harrison, took off soon as Lamar and Derrick went that way. And then Mark reversed out with that
Donations.
Thing. Crazy.
Donation.
Let's see what Donovan says. Donovan says, George War Criminal is living up to his name. His teaching of that awful technique is destroying the offense and QB. He should have hopped to another team. Hey, I agree. I used to be a defender of Warhawk, but constantly seeing this arm out technique, that can't fly, man. It's giving up their inside and giving up leverage, and they're getting pushed back. So, but again, this was an awesome picture, man. The play was awesome, and I think I have it. Do I have it? Oh, this is the one that they put on Twitter. So yes, this is a Victory Monday. Victory Monday. Maybe I don't have it. Maybe I got it later on. And if I don't, we all seen it a million times a day, so it don't even matter. It is what it is. But let's go to this next one. Ravens have got back to 500. We were 1-5 before the bye. We're 4-0 since. It don't matter how you get to 4-0, as long as you get to 4-0, and we are officially even right now with how many games left? Let me see. How many games we got left? I'm sure most of y'all know. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 games left, and we're even. Jets are next. Week after that would be, I think, Thanksgiving versus the Bengals. Then you have the Steelers. Then you have the Bengals again. So we have the Bengals 2 times in the next 4 weeks. Then you have the Patriots. Then you have the Packers. And then you finish with the Steelers. So with that being said, chat, right now, we're 5-5. And I just told you the list of games we have left. What do you see us finishing? We're 5-5 now. And with that list of teams that I just, told you about, where do you see us finishing out? That gives you a total of 17 games. We're 5-5 now. We got 7 games left. Me personally, I think 10-7 is the worst we can do and still have a chance to get in the playoffs. We might can win the division at 10-7, honestly. We might can win the division at 10-7. Let me see how many wins the Steelers got. Standings. Steelers have 6, and we're 1 behind them. Yeah, we could win the division at 10-7. Because let's see who the Steelers got left. Steelers got the Bears, the Bills, us twice, the Dolphins, who've been playing. The Dolphins ain't lost since we beat them. Detroit, we know what Detroit can do. And then Cleveland, they play Cleveland, and then Cleveland beat them earlier this year. So I think 10-7 could get us in there. 11-6 would be great. 11-6 would be great. I would hope for 11-6. I'd hope for 11. Say, Mr. Luke, appreciate you for stopping through. 12-5 would be even better. 12-5. Where was it? Where'd it go? 12-5 would be even better. 12-5 would be even better. 12-5 is the ceiling. 10-7 is the floor. Put it like that. 12-5 is the ceiling. 10-7 is the floor. That Bears game looks a lot better, especially since the way the Bears have been playing. That Bears game looks a lot better. Let me take that out about the chalice. My bad. Let me take this timer about the chalice because that's only during the games. That's only during the games. We didn't reach our 10 yesterday, so that's why we didn't do any giveaways yesterday or the call-in show. We didn't reach our 10. But that's cool. That's cool. It happens. You know, we ain't tripping about that. It happens. It happens. All right, so the last part about this graphic right here, I think 12-5 is the ceiling and 10-7 is the floor. And I think we definitely get the 10-7. I think we definitely get the 10-7. All right, let's keep rolling. So that's what, this is graphic from Lamar. I mean, not Lamar, from Mark's touchdown. I think they said he hit his fastest time ever. His fastest time ever. 12-5 would be crazy, Troy. It really would be. Mark was scooting. I will say that. In a game where Denzel Ward's speed jumped out to me a couple times, Mark was scooting on this play. He really was. But let's talk about the unicorn. Weapon X. The perfect weapon. Whatever you want to call him. Let's listen to this stat line. From Baltimore Ravens Communications tweeted this out 17 hours ago. Well, 17 hours ago from when I cut it off of Twitter. Kyle Hamilton recorded 9 tackles, including 1 sack, 3 TFLs, which were a career high, 2 passes defended, and 1 forced fumble in Week 11 at Cleveland. Hamilton was the first DB and the second NFL player, former Raven Peter Bolware, Florida State guy, since 1999 to post a stat line with at least 9 tackles, 1 sack, 3 TFLs, 2 PDs, and a forced fumble in a single game. Remember, Bolware was an outside linebacker. What's Kyle's position, y'all? What is Kyle's position? What really is Kyle's position other than football player? Whenever we play a primetime game again, Kyle Hamilton come on there. Kyle Hamilton, football player. and be done with it. And be done with it. This man was all over the field. Creating havoc, causing havoc, doing work, making tackles, sacking folks, throwing up other people's celebrations. Just, hey, this dude right here, man. I can't say enough about like what he do. I just can't say enough. And he should have had an interception. The ball hit him right in the hands. Kyle can do everything on the football field but catch the ball. Kyle can do everything on the football field but catch the ball. End safety. That's a good one. End safety. He can do everything on the field but catch the ball. Imagine if he catch the ball. If he catch the ball, just know. I know what Miles is doing over there special with his run of sacks right now. We're gonna get to him. We're gonna get to him twice. I know what Miles is doing over there with his run of sacks right now. But if Kyle put up stats like this or similar to
Donations.
Let me finish my sentence, Donovan. I'm gonna get to it. Donovan, you crazy. If he put up stats like this in this area, 7 to 8 sacks a game, maybe a sack, 7 to 8 tackles a game, maybe a sack every other game, 2 or 3 TFLs, a PD, and force fumble every other game, and then throw an interception or two in there, it's gonna be hard pressed, but for him not to be in that consideration for that defensive MVP if he continue to put up numbers like this. But what Miles is doing is different. Miles got 2 games where he had 9 sacks and didn't win either one of them, which is crazy. Let's get to Donovan's super chat though. He says Danny Dolegs, aka 77, is only good at falling down. Too bad he don't fall in a way that stop defenders from mugging our quarterback every play. Harves needs to smell the roses and not his own farts. Appreciate the team, Donovan. I really don't understand how they go to the film room with the clicker, with the cowboy remote. Go back and forth, and seriously come out of that meeting and like, hey, this is the best 5 we got. So that, and John said today we played the best 5. So that means being Cleveland, you are a week old dumpster truck juice. That means what's 67's name? Bullock. That means you week old trash truck juice. Not gonna put Emory Jones in that yet because he's a rookie. Not gonna put Carson Vincent in there because he's a rookie. Anybody not a rookie on behind Falele and Voorhees, that means y'all don't belong in the NFL. That's all I'm gonna say. Because John said we play the best 5, and he said the best 5 playing. So that means them other 9 that's or 8 or whatever, or 7 or 5 that's behind those guys, y'all shouldn't belong in the NFL. You don't belong in the NFL. That's what that means. Because if you are not above 77 or 72, you are putrid, intolerable, garbage. Like old Mar Abbott used to say, you should be in our extended garbage time. But for him to come out and say that, it's just
dumb, stupid, or dumb, huh? Dumb, stupid, or dumb, huh?
And that's what he sounded like when defending it, because Jeff tried to word it in a way that wouldn't offend him, but he got offended anyway. That's what he got offended anyway. And you could tell at the presser he got all in his feels about it. Crazy. Right. That what this like, Davon? Say you at a college and your O-line ain't doing good. You know what this is equivalent to? Dion, just say when Dion got that last year when Dion got that really good left tackle. That's equivalent to Dion putting him on the bench saying, let these other guys that obviously gave up 9 million sacks the year before play before him and see what they do. That's what that is equivalent to, which is nuts in my opinion. Absolutely, utterly ludicrous. All right, let's keep rolling. Appreciate the 10 again, Donovan. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support as well. All right, next.
Number 4.
Hold on, let me turn the sound off. We about to watch Myles Garrett get busy. All right? We about to watch Myles Garrett get busy. That's what we gonna do. 4 sacks. All right. Derrick Henry, nope. Now, I thought for a hot second, maybe Lamar could have flipped this back. But I think he did a good job of just taking the sack because more back. A touchdown could have happened on it. But also could have gave up a touchdown the other way. But because ain't nobody over here. I don't care if y'all know it. In case y'all didn't know. If he would have just flipped that back, but maybe he don't get around Miles. So it probably was a good decision. But if he could have got to Derrick, nobody's there. Nobody. This during Myles Garrett, man. Asking Derrick to block him on the backside, that ain't something you do. Now, I know both of them big, but hey, blocking Myles is, hey, leave that to the guys that's supposed to be blocking folks. Oh, Lord, Roger Rosengarten. No, Rose. Rose with the one arm. Sheesh. And he's so darn strong, too. He's so darn strong. And the funny thing is, I don't know if y'all know that, but the quarterbacks he don't really hit them like talking about it. The quarterbacks he like he'll throw them down and whatnot and get them on the ground. But the quarterbacks he got he cool with, he don't do them like he could. The guys that he don't give a rat's tail about, he be putting them up under the dirt. He puts them up under the dirt. Oh, Lord. Oh, oh, oh.
Oh my God!
Sheesh. Now, all right, never mind. Now, nope. Not doing it. Not falling for it. Nope. That's a tackle for loss. That wasn't a sack. Look at that bend pass, Ronnie. Look at that bend, man. Look at that.
Bruh.
Look at that.
Bruh.
Look at that. Look how low to the ground he is. That is crazy.
Bruh.
You know what I need? You know what I need to happen? I need for hour 45 in the offseason to follow that 95. Because hour 45 got bend similar to that, but he ain't got all the other stuff that go with it. Hour 45 need to find out what 95 do and go do it. Whatever 95 do in all season 45, go do it. And why they just stop? Why Ronnie just stop? You got the Predator out there and you stop it. The Predator don't stop hunting. Watch how easily he just walk around Ronnie. He don't even break stride with the little dip. Watch this. Watch the little dip. Whoop. Don't even break stride. And you see how easy he just threw Lamar down? Like I said, the people he like, he don't dog them out. Now the people he don't like, yo A is grass. yo A is grass. Right, Michael. The only dude that's not a quarterback that's probably worth 3 firsts. Because I don't even think that dude 30 yet. I don't think Myles Garrett 30. I don't think he 30. Hold on. Give me 1 second. He 29. He'll be 30 this year. He was born in a great year of 1995. Myles Garrett will be 30 this year, 12/29. And he's still playing like he's 21. Crazy. 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 Let's finish this little part up, though. 4 of them things. He don't even break stride. Don't even break stride.
Bruh.
Let's keep rolling. All right, we're going to look at some grades here. All right, these are the offensive grades for yesterday. Our number 1 ranked player, Charlie Kolar. Derrick Henry is second. Mark Voorhees. Voorhees comes in as the first lineman in at 74. But this is just offense total, not pass or run. We'll get into pass or run. Zay is 6 with 71. I know how we feel about PFF grades, but they are what they are. And we ain't got to put a lot of stock in them. They here for conversation. And that's what we doing, conversating. When do they play Pittsburgh again? Play Pittsburgh week 14 and week 18. Week 14 and week 18. Week 14 and week 18. All right. Let's see. And Linderbaum was 7th. Forget this. Let's go to the. No, we'll stay here. I ain't gonna cheat him like that. Tez with his few snaps. Tylen Wallace with his few snaps. How Tylen Wallace get a bad pass grade? And that dude grabbed his own. Which is crazy. Lamar. This is why I put this up here. Again, take PFF grades for whatever you want to take them for. I've never seen Lamar this low on the PFF chart. I've never seen Lamar this low on the PFF chart. Never. Never, ever, ever. Okay. Never seen him that low. He had a 48. 48. But look who at the very bottom. Look who at the bottom. Look who at the very bottom. I don't know. Can y'all see who that is? I'll show y'all who that is at the bottom, very bottom. Right there. Look who at the very bottom. And the reason he down here, I would say, is because the dude's on the bottom. That's what I would say. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's go to the next one. I think the next one, defense. These are defensive rankings. Score grades, I'm sorry. Kyle with a 91. John Jenkins with a 91. Awuzie, who is absolutely balling these past 2 weeks. Chidobe Awuzie, I hope I said it right, has been lights out this past week. Lights out. Lights out. Look at Trent Simpson making a comeback. Only had 5 snaps. 4 of them was pass rushes. And he had 3 pressures. Trent Simpson, 5 snaps, 3 pressures. Trent Simpson got pressures on 60% of his snaps, for those that can do quick math. If that ain't efficiency, I don't know what is. If that ain't efficiency, I don't know what is. All right, coming in at 5 is Brent Urban. Brent Urban had a great tackle for loss, too. He cut across one of the defender's face and got a TFL that was key in the game. Teddy Buchanan coming in at 6. Roquan right behind him at 7. Gilman, who's been playing pretty good ball, too, as well, at 8. Nate Wiggins, who got the pick, at 71. That's 9. Him and Ojabo. Ojabo at 71. 1 pressure from Ojabo. These are the pressures all the way in the right. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. But all the way in the right, these are the pressures. Then Ump hit 11. Ump 29 plays, 4 pressures. And he had a sack. So he had 20 pass rush snaps and 4 pressures. Matter of fact, let's go back to Trent. Trent only had 4 pass rush reps and got 3 pressures. So Trent was successful on 75% of his pass rushes. Big up to Trent. Make the most of your opportunities, especially since you don't have that many anymore. Then let's get down here to Keon Martin. Heck of a play late in the game. After I think they had got in maybe the red zone or something. Something that big had happened. And he came up with a hell of a play on 3rd down. Maybe after one of them fumbles or something, something happened. We turned it over, did something crazy, and he came up with a big stop on 3rd down. I'm going to go back and watch the film on it. I'm almost done with the film, too, so I can talk about it. All right, and then we got Malachi 15, Travis Jones at 98. Why is Travis so far down? Travis had 2 pressures as well. Draymond at 17, and Mike Green is at the dead bottom. Did Mike regress that much? Both Joneses down here at the bottom. I feel like they played well. Travis had 2 pressures and Draymond had 3. Maybe the rest of their snaps wasn't good, but let's keep rolling. All right, these are Lamar's passing numbers. This is Lamar's passing chat. This is Lamar's passing chart. I'm sorry, not chat. Lamar's passing chart. Wasn't a lot of attempts, but as you see, his hot spot, and as always has been, the middle of the field. So at or behind the line of scrimmage, he was 1 for 2 with 17 yards and an interception. That's the one I think that bounced off of the defender's head that I feel like he dropped. I feel like the reason it happened because he went side on. That's why I feel like it. I could be wrong. I got to look at it more, but I feel like the reason it happened because he went side on. Then you got 0 to 10 yards. He was 5 for 6 with the interception. That's the interception to Keaton Mitchell where they tried to do the middle screen, and Keaton dropped it or threw it in the air, or what you call it in volleyball when you push it up. He said it. He said it for Devin Bush, and then Devin Bush spiked it. That's what happened. But other than that, he didn't throw an incompletion in the middle of that distance in the middle of the field because we caught 5 and they caught 1. All right. A little further down the field, 10 to 20 yards. He was 4 or 5 for 55 yards. And the middle of the field has always been Lamar's sweet spot. But we have to do enough outside to open up the middle of the field for him as well. Well, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. But and see, did we have any deep ones? Deep balls, he was 1 for 3 with 45 yards. And I think that was the one that Zay, when Denzel Ward, like he was shot out of a cannon catching Zay. And like I said, like we talked about yesterday doing the live, I didn't realize Ward was that fast. I really didn't. Yeah, that dude got it. He got elite speed. Elite speed. That boy was flying. Cause I know Zay ain't like a burner, but I know he pretty quick and fast. But Denzel Ward, for every 2 steps Zay was taking, Denzel Ward was taking one long stride and closing that gap. No, Tarek's not blocked over here. No, he not blocked over here. He's not blocked over here. He not blocked over here. No, he not blocked. Let's keep rolling. Let's see where we at. Yeah, he not blocked over here. All right, this is Lamar's passing pressures. So when he was clean, 63 offensive grade. But when blitzed, keep in mind, people used to say, you know, he don't do good versus the blitz. But when he was blitzed yesterday, he was at his best. 73 offensive grade when he was blitzed. He had 11 attempts where they blitzed him. 11 dropbacks when they blitzed him. 9 attempts, 5 completions, 99 yards. One of them was an interception, though. I want to say that was the interception off the top of the head. I think that was that one. And then the different concepts down here, play action was his best. And I always say that if we can run the ball, Lamar will be deadly. We've got to a point where we run a little power pass, and we've hit Zay 2 weeks in a row on it. And I like it. So we'll see, you know, if they continue to incorporate stuff like that in the game plan. But these are the numbers versus, you know, when kept clean, under pressure, not blitzed. And funny is that his worst grade was not blitzed. That's when they was dropping a bunch of people in coverage and doing something a little different. For the most part, they play a lot of cover 1, but we talked about that in the preview show, how much cover 1 they play. All right. All right, rushing by direction. So if we all know, so let me see if I can set this up. All right, so the left LG, that's at Ronnie Stanley or outside of Ronnie Stanley. ML is between, let me see. Let me make sure I say this right. No, I said that wrong. We don't have no right end. That's what it is. So it should be an LE. And we don't have that. But left end that would be outside of Ronnie Stanley. Between Ronnie Stanley and Rosengartner would be LG. I'm not Rosengartner, I said that wrong. Between Ronnie Stanley and Voorhees is LG. Between Voorhees and center is ML. Between Linderbaum and Falele is MR. Between Falele and Rosengartner is RG. And then outside of Rosengartner is RT. And then way outside is RE. That's what that is. So you'll see where most Derrick Henry big run came from. Middle right. So that's between Falele and Voorhees. But that was mostly on them trap plays. And that what the trap play is we allow the defenders to get upfield, then we just kick them out. It don't require a lot of blocking because of that. We looking for angles on traps. We're allowing them to come upfield in certain spots, and then our timing on the blocks have to be good to kick them out. Kind of like the Wham play when Derrick Henry had that big run versus Buffalo last year. We just trap plays. And I put a picture of it on Twitter where the thing was wide open. Matter of fact, let me go grab this picture real quick and show you. The trap was wide open all night for the most part. Profile, media. Mm-hmm. Where is it? Give me a second. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Let me pull this over. Save. Let's see. Where we at? Run by direction. Let's do this. All right. Now see if it come up there. It did not come up there. Let's do this. Close this. Open it back up. Open back up. Open sesame. We want this one closed. We want this one open. Let's do this. There you go. This was the trap. And you'll see nobody's really having these great blocks. We allowed these guys to come up field, and then Stanley and Falele just went to second level. And look at the lane Derek got. Look at the lane he got. That's the result of good trap blocking. You see Rose out here on a good leverage. You see Voorhees kick the dude out. Linderbaum kicked the dude out. And you see Ryan and Falele on second level. And now you got Derrick Henry one-on-one with 33. And I don't think Ryan Hickman want that smoke. He going to try to side tackle him somewhere. I know I would. All right, rushes by directions for Keaton Mitchell. Keaton Mitchell, best runs was 12 yards around the right end, but his good runs should always be outside. His good runs should always be outside. And for those that's keeping account of these snaps, Keaton Mitchell, 6 carries. Not the snaps, the carries, 6 carries. Derrick Henry, 18. So basically, Keaton Mitchell had a third of Derrick Henry snaps, which I think is a good ratio. Do you guys think that's a good ratio of run Keaton versus run Derrick? I personally think it's a good ratio. 18-6, that to me that ain't bad. Because Keaton got touches in the pass game too. So Keaton need touches, not necessarily carries. Keaton need touches, not necessarily carries. And we get caught up in the carry number. He need touches. We should not use him like A-Chain because he is not that type of back. He is not the type. Like yesterday, he had the opportunity to open field to show me some wiggle. He just tried to run past people, which ain't nothing wrong with running past people, but A-Chain got wiggle and speed. A-Chain is different from what we got with Keaton. And y'all ask me these questions and make it seem like I'm an anti. I am not. But Keaton is not A-Chain at all. He is not. Just because they the same size, they don't move the same. They don't move the same. They do not move. Go back and look at A-Chain. A-Chain faking people out and running through tackles. Keaton ain't doing all that. Let's just use him for what he good at and then keep full. Find out what he good at and then keep it full. We can't make him to be something that he ain't. Genetics. That was a good change of pace though, Ravenfield. I don't see it. I didn't coach running back for 22 years. I don't see it. Find me a play yesterday where Keaton shook somebody. Do that, Ravens guy. Find me a play where Keaton shook somebody. All right, run blocking. The best run blocker was Kolar yesterday. Obviously, Pat Ricard, we knew he was going to be up there somewhere. Voorhees was third. Somebody did say Voorhees had a decent game early in the chat. Likely was fourth. Now, hold on. Before we keep going with this run blocking stuff, what is going on with Likely and I know you ain't played running back for 40 plus years. You be old and decrepit. You play running back for 40 years. Stop. See how people be. Hold on.
Stop the cap.
Ain't nobody played running back 40 years. Nobody played running back for 40 plus years. Nobody. Running back is one of the most pounded positions in football. Ain't nobody played running back for 40 years. Come on, dog. Come on. Back to where we at before I get off topic. All right, but Likely. What's going on with Likely in the pass game? I expected a lot more out of Likely. A lot more. But I think all these issues can be attributed to the O-line. I do. I think all these can be attributed to O-line. It's crazy. Rose with 5th, Linderbaum 6th, Ronnie 7th, Tylen 8th. Where is Daniel Falele? Where is he? Down here with Mark Andrews. 54.7 run blocking. On zone plays, he's 63. Gap plays, 54. Okay. Well, let's look at these for all the O-linemen. Voorhees. Zone plays 60. Gap 67. So that means Voorhees is better at gap. Rosengardner, 52 at run. Okay, Rosengarten better at gap. Ronnie, 58. Okay, Ronnie was better at gap. And most of these gaps this week was the trap, not power and counter. Most of the gaps this week was the trap, which we did have success on the trap. That's 3. Who I'm missing? Did I get Linderbaum? Linderbaum was better at zone, which we kind of know that's a given. And then Falele was better at zone as well. All right, defensive. John Jenkins, number 1. Kyle, 2. Urban, 3. Aloha Gilman, 4. Awuzie, 5. Roquan, 6. Ojabo, 7th. Okoye with 9 snaps, 8th. Buchanan with 22. Taven Bryant. Taven Bryant is a mystery to me. Like, he got 4 defensive snaps. But, like, what has Aeneas did to not be in this rotation? Because I never even really heard of this dude until we realized that he was the reason why Aeneas wasn't playing. Like, what did Peoples do in his last game? I need to go back and look. Did he play that bad his last game? Peoples, I'm talking about. Because this is nuts. This is nuts. Kyle Van Noy, Malachi. Now, Malachi has some plays I felt like he should have tackled better on. He ain't played terrible, but, see, he had a missed tackle right here. Yep. Some plays I felt like he should have had to tackle on. Travis at 51. Now, this is where I have issues with PFF. Because without just focusing on Travis, just from the eye test, him and Draymond played decent football. Even Nate down here and Mike Green. Like, I don't know what technically they did to be down here, but I felt like they played decent football. I do. Yeah, Ravenville. Jenkins have been balling. Awuzie too. So let's do this real quick. Outside of Kyle, because I know Kyle would be everybody's probably obvious answer. Outside of Kyle, who was the best defensive player yesterday? I don't know where Lawson at, C Iron. Outside of Kyle. Outside of Kyle, who was the best defensive player yesterday? I'm personally voting for Awuzie. I'm going to vote for Awuzie. Let's see what you guys vote up. And these are the pass rush grades. Why is Kyle Hamilton number 1? Because he's our best pass rusher. Then look who's second. Trent Simpson on those 4 snaps. Third, John Jenkins. Keon Martin, who did have a sack. I forgot about that. Keon Martin had a sack. I did forget about that. Now we get down here to the people that's supposed to rush the passer. Calvin at 5. And Jabu. Ojabu at 6. Gilman at 7. But you got Mike Green at 14. I don't consider the interior guys pass rushers. That's why I skipped over John Jenkins. Mike Green at 14. Urban's really a D tackle. Ojabo and Calvin Orr, really. And them the 3 we be having dressed. Where is other Jones? Other Jones ain't on here. Let me go back over here. Hold on. Let me go back. Because I know he on this one. That's defensive run grades. Is he on the defensive grades? It's run blocking. Pass blocking. See if he on the defensive grades. These defensive grades. So defensive pass rush. Where is Draymond? There he is. Pass rush, he had a 54.6% grade. I don't know why it didn't show up on the chart over here. All right, coverage grades. Number 1, Awuzie. Coverage grades. Number 1, Awuzie. Roquan 2nd. Buchanan 3rd. Kyle 4th. Nate 5. Gilman 6th. Mike Green 7th. Malachi Starks at the bottom. Up under Travis Jones. Where's Adisa Isaac? Stashed. Completely stashed. Out of sight, out of mind.
Oh my God!
Whew. Tough to watch. And we wonder why the quarterback, a little gimpy around, He don't run like he used to. You know, getting pounded back there. This a complete pass. Look at your quarterback back there. It's a completed pass. The quarterback still get pounded. Them hits add up. They add up. Now I will say on this play that it kind of starts bad, but Myles Garrett started on the outside of Ronnie Stanley in front of Likely. Likely couldn't get a hand on him. Ali couldn't get a hand on him. He crossed the face of 3 Baltimore Ravens. If you see it right here, this is, I don't know if you see my mouse circling. This is Myles Garrett crossing the face of 3 Ravens, Likely, Ali, and Ronnie Stanley, and hitting the hip of Voorhees, I think. Yes, hitting the hip of Voorhees. Myles Garrett is a freak of nature. Of nature. Look, Kyle. Watch Kyle with this spin move. You're going to run it back. Nope. Come here, boy. Let's eat. This dude a freak too now. Myles a freak in his own right. But 14-1-2. He the petty. I need to screenshot this because that picture clear. Clearer than the one I was looking for. Hold on a minute. Let me screenshot. Okay. Put this over here so I can save it. Petty Murphy right there, boy. What did it, Sebastian? Perfect timing. Dwight Freeney would be proud of that. Let's see that spin one more time. Yeah. Forward completely whiffed. Completely whiffed. Oh, Ford tried to get back in there. Look at Ford. Trying to get back in there. Too late, though. Too late. You done gave it up. And he forced a fumble on that, too. I forgot about that. He did force a fumble on this. I forgot he forced a fumble on that. What's this? Oh, that's that same play again. We bought at the end, good people. We bought at the end. Let's see what else I got. What's this one? Oh, that's Kyle again. I just saved it a different way. And then this is kind of the sheet from the stat sheet. I kind of started reading off of this yesterday. And we'll kind of go over here to the rushing stuff. These 2 categories that we didn't get to yesterday. We won't do the special teams. We'll get here. And so total rushing plays. We had 30, they had 25. Net rushing yards, we had 184, they had 106, and most of that for them was Judkins. Then Derrick Henry did go over 100 yards himself yesterday. Average net per rush 6.1 to 4.2 yards before contact, which is something that we definitely need to be better at. And this is a O-line stat. Yards before contact. That's an O-line stat because that means you're creating holes and lanes for your running backs to get through. So earlier in the season when Derrick was having a 0 right there, that was terrible. At least we got positive numbers now. And they had a negative. They had a -2 or a -0.2. Yards after contact, both teams had 4.2. Both teams had 4 explosive runs. Yards on explosive runs, we had 117. They had 60. TFLs, we had 5. They had 3. And yards lost on those TFLs, -8 and -6. Scramble yards, 13 and 17. I want to say Shador probably had the longest scramble, the one he picked up the first down on. Design QB runs, 4 for us, 1 for them. And we got 32 yards on ours, and they got 1 yard on theirs. And then missed tackles forced on run plays, 7-4. I want to say all 4 of theirs were Judkins. Well, we had a multitude of guys not a multitude, Keaton and Derrick, that made people miss. All right, let's do the passing yards, and we'll raise up out of here. Total passing plays, 30. We should call them the Ravens. Ravens first column. Okay. 30 for the Ravens, 29 for the Browns. Gross passing yards, 193 to 115. Yards per attempt, 7.7 for us, 4.4 for them. And then yards per completion, 13.8 and 10.4. Passing attempts, 25 to 26. We had 14 completions. The completion percentage was 56. Adjusted completion percentage is 60. Now, I don't know what adjusted completion percentage is over completion percentage. If you know, in the chat box, let me know. I don't act like I'm the smartest person in the room all the time. So if stuff I don't know, I'm going to ask. So if you know what's the difference between completion percentage and adjusted completion percentage, I'd be willing to, hopefully you'll be willing to share that information. Drop balls, 1. I don't know if that's correct. I don't know if that's correct with the drop balls. But then passes broken up, 7. We had 7 of their passes were broken up by our defenders. So let me go back here. All right, so that's our recap for today. Sudden will be live in about 30 minutes on the Purple Rain podcast. Nitro and I will be back in about an hour. So make sure you tap in with me and Nitro on More Sip to Tally. If you have not subscribed to More Sip to Tally, hold on. Let me put this out. Let me put this over there. If you have not subscribed to More Sip to Tally, please go do so. Here's the link. Copy. See if I can paste this here. Paste. I think that's the link. Go over to More Sip to Tally. Me and Nitro will be over there at 7 o'clock discussing week 11 in the NFL. Week 11 in the NFL. But I'm going to give you your points, and then we're going to get up out of here. We had 63 likes. So that's 25 and 50. 25 given. 50 given. If you like the wrap up, you like this content, hit that like button, share, comment. And I'm still torn about doing video, like doing film study this week other than Chalk Talk, because I put probably about 6 hours into them 2 videos last week and they didn't do well at all. That was pain for me. So I don't know if other than Chalk Talk, if I'm gonna even do a film video. So, but I do appreciate everybody's support, man, and I'll see y'all soon. I'll be PRP in a little bit, and I'll be back with Nitro in the hour. Peace, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Urban Closer, take us out.
Who is this?